This conference will now be recorded.
Perfect. Last class, we were talking about Lightning Data Service. We have seen how to go ahead and use Lightning Data Service, the form-based as well as the programming-based, right, in LWC. Now, today we will start event, right? What is an event? What is an event? Yes, guys, we have did this in the Lightning classes. We have already discussed about this. So what is an event?
Notification-based system or browser.
So any notification, right? Any alert or any notification by a browser or a system to a Salesforce platform is called event, right? Do not forget this definition, guys. What is an event? Any notification by a browser, right, or a system, right, to a Salesforce platform is called event. In Lightning Aura, we have two events, right? Component event, application event. Now, coming to LWC, the definition remains same. What is an event? Any notification by a browser or a system to a Salesforce platform is called event. However, there are two types of events available. Number one, declarative. Number two, programmatically. There are two types of events available. Declarative events, programmatical events, right? Here, there is no concept of component event. There is no concept of application event. In LWC, we don't have anything called as, right? We don't have any concept called as component event or application event. Component event and application event is a concept of Aura. So let me go ahead. LWC event. There are two types of LWC event. Number one, declaratively. Write down. Number two, B, programmatically. There are two types of events available. Declarative events, programmatical events. Declaratively, programmatically. Right? Events are of two types. Right? There are two types of events. Now, put a heading called as declarative events. If you're writing, I told you in LWC, I'll be giving rarely notes. In fact, very short notes, not even 10 pages during the whole class, because all the notes are fully available in your course material, right? And the whole class is fully dedicated to practicals, right? Perfect. So events are of two types. Now, write down, right? Event propagation or event flow in LWC, right? Number one, create event. First one, create event. First step, write down. To create event, use custom event constructor. Use custom event constructor. Custom event constructor. Next, second, dispatch event. To dispatch event, use dispatch event method. D small, E capital. Dispatch event method. First step, create event. To create event, use custom event constructor. C capital, E capital, single word, custom event constructor. Next, 2. Dispatch event. Use dispatch event method. D small, E capital, dispatch event method. Right? Next, to listen and handle event. Next step, to listen and handle event. Right? Number 1, below this, to listen and handle event. Below this, number 1. Right? Use on, underline on. On is a keyword. Use on, right? On event type for declarative. On for declarative. Next, second point, right? Add event listener. Add event listener. Add event listener. Event listener. Add event listener, right? For programmatically. Add event listener for programmatically. Add event listener, right? Once we do, you'll be able to understand. Add event listener for programmatically. Next step, right? Next step, configure event propagation. Configure event propagation, right? Configure event propagation, right? Write down on that. Number 1, bubbles to true, compose to true. Bubbles to true, compose to true. Bubbles true, compose true, right? For programmatical events. For programmatical events. Okay, now let's go ahead and do this practically. Let me come to my Visual Studio Code. Let me close everything that we did in the past, right? Let me first see whether my authorization is still valid. Control C, Control Shift P. I will say open the default org. Immediately system should run a default org command. Let's see. There we go. It's now opening up in Internet Explorer. Perfect. I click on users, manage users. I click on users to check whether I'm in LT124. Perfect. So I don't need to authorize this org. Now, let's create. Control Shift P. Create a new Lightning Web component. What is the name? LWC. Today's date 0705 underscore example1 underscore VLC underscore volume control. Volume volume control. Right. So I will say 1 underscore volume control. Right. Enter. I've just created a Lightning Web component called as LWC1 volume control, something like that. Right? Let me close everything. Right? Where is my 07? Here it is. 07, right? 05. I go to my volume control here. Right. Now keep watching. I will introduce certain buttons here. So LIGHT, right? GHT and Lightning card, right? Lightning card title equals to LWC event VLC player volume control. This is the label I gave, right? Perfect. Inside this, I will introduce two buttons, LIGHT and Lightning button. Lightning button. Label, right? What is the problem in the first one? Lightning card. Where is the lightning card closing? Come on, I'm just messing up everything. Lightning card closing is missing. Now it's okay. Perfect. Button. Label. Label equals to INCREAS increase. I see an icon name. Let's go ahead and check icon. One volume increase icon. So I'll say, right, LIGHT and Lightning design system. Directly I'm going to the icon. I want increase. I will take this increase. Control C. Utility dot up. You can pick up any other, right? Whichever icon, whichever you like. Utility colon this, right? Next, on click. You'll call a function. INCREAS increase me. That's a function. Like this, I'll copy this button. I have one more button. Control C. Right, there we go. And the name of the button is decrease. Right? And here, my icon will be down. And here, I will say decrease me. Two buttons. That's it. Nothing more than that. Right? I'm introducing two buttons. Control S. Remember that this control I will place in another component called VLC player. Whenever you click this button, the parent component will react. This is the child. This I will call inside another component. Whenever you click this increase button, the volume in the parent will increase. Whenever you click on decrease button, the volume in the parent will decrease. That's the whole purpose, right? So there are two functions. Let me copy this. Control C, increase. I go to my JavaScript, my EF module. Here we go. First one. Control C, Control V. Increase me event. Same way there is one more. Control C, Control V. And the name of the function is decrease me. Increase me, decrease me. There are two functions I have created. Perfect. There's nothing else. I don't need to import anything for Lightning event. I don't need to import anything, right? Just two functions. Here, step one. Step one, first step, create the event. Create the event. How to create an event? Let us see how to create an event. All right. So whenever you want to create an event, constant, give the name. Constant inc is equals to, I'm creating a variable, a constant variable called inc equals to new custom event. It is custom event. I'll use a custom event function, a new custom event function equals to new custom event. See, in the bracket, right? In the bracket, I'll give the name of the event. Name of the event is EVT, event INCREAC. Remember that. Whenever you are giving an event name, write down event name. Write down, right? Event name, right? Event name. No uppercase. You cannot use a single uppercase. No spaces. Only underscore. You cannot use any uppercase in the event. Remember that. No uppercases. So here, you cannot get any uppercase, not even I. Increase. Event increase. Name of the event is event increase. Event increase. Clear, everyone? Whatever I'm doing, able to understand? New
Yes, sir.
custom event, event increase. This is to create a new event, custom event. I'm created an event name is event increase. Next, step two. Step two, dispatch the event. Dispatch the event. How to dispatch the event? Right? To dispatch event, right? To dispatch event, you will say this dot. You will call a dispatch event method. This dot dispatch event. What is the event? The event is INC. That is what you created. Dispatch event. Everybody clear? This dot dispatch event. To create, to dispatch. Separate. First step to create event, second step to dispatch event. That's it. Nothing you need to do. Control S. Same way here. Step two. Step one and step two. Both I can combine together. There I did separate. Here I can do in a single step. Create and dispatch event. There create event was separate, dispatch event was separate. But here create and dispatch in a single step. How? This dot dispatch event method I'm calling. Inside this, I will say new. What is that? Custom event. New custom event. In a bracket, the name of the event. EVT decrease. Over. See? Either you can write separate like this and then dispatch it, or you can dispatch this. Within that, you can create a new event. Step 1 or 2 combined together. This is how you create an event. This is how you dispatch event. Anybody has any questions? Anybody has any questions? All good? How to create and how to dispatch event in LWC? This is how we create. And by the way, this is similar to component event. Whatever we are doing, it's similar to component event. Whenever you click the parent or any action happen in the parent, any action happen in the child, parent will react. It's a child parent. It's a bubbling going up. It's a bubbling going up. Clear? Shall I go and create the parent component now? Parent component. Yes, everyone. It's all good.
Yes,
How
sir.
to create event, how to dispatch event. Control S. Done. Now I will create one more component. Control Shift P. Create a Lightning Web component. LWC underscore today's date 0705 underscore example 1 perfect underscore 2 underscore VLC, right? Player, PLAYER. It's a VLC player. I press enter. A component got created, right? I go to the VLC player, right? And I go ahead and I say lightning card. Lightning card, right? Title equals to LWC event VLC player, right? Icon name, right? UTILI utility colon. Let us pick up one icon from here. A player icon. Anything? Anything. Any video player icon or something? I'll take desktop. Sure. This one is good. Utility colon desktop. Lightning card. Inside the card, right here, VOLUME volume. I'll declare a variable called vol. Vol is a variable. This I will put it in, right? Bold tag. Bold. Volume is a label. Control X inside this. Bold. After that, I'll put a paragraph tag, right? After that, I will call the earlier component. Here we go. Right click, rename, copy, come here. I say C dash like this. My component is called. My component is called. I've called my component. In this component, there are two buttons. Whenever you click that button, if you remember, in this component, there are two buttons. Whenever you click the button, increase me is called, decrease me is called. Whenever an increase me is called, an event is dispatched. Whenever decrease me is called, another event is dispatched. Now, here we go. You have to use a keyword called as on. 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 On is a keyword. On is a keyword. On. On what? On. Whenever this event is received, on event increase equals to call a function called increase volume. INCVOL. Whenever you hear another event called on, what is the event name? Event name is, you have said you have dispatched event called as decrease, EVT decrease. On, EVT decrease. Then call a function. What function? In the parent, call a function called DCVOL. Decrease vol, increase vol. See, Control S. you have to use a on keyword with the event name. This is the event name. On is a keyword, and this is the event name that we declared. On event name. Increase volume. Now in the parent, I will write this function. In the parent, I'm writing a function. In the parent, I'm writing a function. In the parent, I'm writing the function. Event. There's a one more. In the parent, I'm writing the function. DC vol. There's a one more we are calling it. You declared a variable. What is that? VOL is a variable. As soon as the page load, vol, I'm setting to 0. I'm assigning a value. Whenever the increase volume is clicked, then what I will say? If this dot vol, if this dot vol is greater than equals to 0 and this dot vol is less than equals to 100, then this dot vol is equals to this dot vol plus 1. I'm increasing it. I'm increasing the volume. Same thing I will do here. Decrease the volume. If this dot vol, same condition will come almost, is greater than, not equal to, greater than 0, and this dot vol less than 100, greater than 0, less than 100, then this dot vol equals to vol minus 1. You're decreasing the volume. See, Control S on the keyboard. Over. Now I will deploy both the components. I go to the first one where I created the event I dispatch. I say Control Shift P, deploy this to the source org. Deploy this to the source org. Perfect. Now I come to the second, the VLC player. Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Perfect. I copy the name, right click, rename, copy. I come here. I log into my Salesforce, Rupam, @lt124.com, password CRM1234 hash. Click on setup, click on developer console. In the dummy app, I remove it and I put this one. Example 1, 2 VLC player, because inside the VLC player, you're calling one volume control. Now I click on preview. See, VLC player, LWC event, volume control, increase, decrease. I click increase, see, 1, see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Volume is increasing as I'm clicking. Decrease, see, volume is decreasing. You are clicking a child component and the parent is reacting. You are creating a child component and a parent is reacting. See, this is what I want. Volume control is a child component, one that I'm calling inside 2. 2 is the VLC player. You click a button in child component, the parent is reacting. Decrease, 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 decrease. 0. You cannot go down. Increase. You can go up to 100. You cannot go beyond than that. I'm increasing the volume. I'm clicking every time. Click, 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 and it's increasing. See, this is exactly what we wanted. Whenever you click this, an event is dispatched. That event is heard by the parent. Increase. Oh, 101. Shit, I should have not work. It shouldn't be 100, right? Equal to, no, it should be less than 100. Okay, perfect. This should be good. Control this. Control should be deployed this also. These certain fixes we have to do. Guys, are you able to understand? Yes or no? Guys, are you able to understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now, Rupam, we will do further. Why are you placing this volume here? A label. Why can't this be a variable? CTRL. That also should come. Control. Whether it's a volume, whether it's a picture, whether it's a contrast. Control. I will say val. VL. Val. Control and value. Then this will become val. Everywhere val. VL val. Everywhere I have to say this dot val. Value. Getting it? This dot VL val. Here also I have to say this dot val. Here also this dot val. 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 I declared one more variable. What was that? Control. I copy it. I paste it here. Control. Control equals to waiting for button to press. There are two buttons. Let's assume volume, contrast, brightness. Value will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're increasing the volume, volume will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're increasing the contrast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 100. I want, right? This is a volume control. Whenever you're pressing a volume button, right? In that case, an event called volume has to be passed. Here, I will say control. I will not say volume control. VLC player controls, right? Increase volume. Decrease button is increase volume. Whenever you say increase volume, immediately a event is created and dispatched. Along with the event, I want to pass values. Along with the event, I need to pass the values. How can you do that? Comma, like this, comma, in a curly bracket. You have to say detail. Detail is a keyword. Detail, detail equals to what value you want to pass. Detail equals to what value you want to pass. That value again. I want to pass volume, volume. See, detail equals to volume. Detail equals to volume. Here also, after this, comma, curly bracket, and I will say detail, right? Column, key value equals to, here also volume. See, control S, Now come to the player. In this, I have a variable called as control CTRL. I will say this dot control, this dot control is equals to event, right? Whenever you go that event dot detail, 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 that's it. This dot control is equals to event dot detail, event dot detail. You have to use. Next, I copy this. Here also I say event dot detail. This dot control equals to event dot detail. That means when you open the player, right? Player doesn't know whether what control you are going to activate. If you click on the button called as, what is the button name? Increase volume. Not only the event will be passed, along with the event, a value also will be passed volume, and that value will be displayed in the parent. Control S, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Along with the event, I'm passing attribute. Along with the event, I'm passing the value. I come here, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Along with the event, I'm passing the value. See? Clear, everyone? Clear, everyone? Anybody has any questions? Anybody has any questions? Control S. Now you see output. Refresh. VLC player control. Increase volume, decrease volume. Awaiting for button to press. As soon as you press volume button, it will say volume 1. It knows that you have clicked the volume. Decrease volume. It knows that you have created decrease volume. Now you see. I will come to the control. I will add 2 more buttons. Contrast or brightness. 2 more buttons. Increase brightness. BR. Increase brightness. Decrease brightness. Increase me. Here I'll say increase BR. Decrease BR. Brightness. Icons that we are changing it. Let us go ahead. Brightness icon. Do you see any type of, right? 1 minute. We'll take this frozen. Any more frozen is there? I want 2 similar cycles, 2 similar icon. I'm looking for any other frozen, any other, let us see. One with less, one with more. I'm looking for that. Right? Let us see. Can I find, right, a similar icon? Okay. Let's take this one. Take spinner. Let's see what happens. Icon equals to spinner. Decrease. For increase, I will take the earlier one. What was that? Ice something. Snow. Forgot the name. Here, frozen. Control C. Oh, come here. Frozen. Whenever you press the button, 2 more functions has to be called. Yeah. Now increase is there, 1 more function. Same thing I'm copying. Control C, Control V. Again, I'll copy this here, and the function name is decrease BR. Whenever you increase, decrease, I will say event increase, event, okay, I will say INC BR, increase brightness, that is the event name. DEC, DEC BR, decrease BR. Control brightness, BRIGHTNESS. Control brightness, BRIGHTNESS. Brightness, see, total 4 buttons, 4 events. Each event is not only giving event, along with the event, one text or a attribute is also being transferred. Now on, I have to come to the parent. Here I have to say on event name, on event name. What? Call a function. What is that? Right? The increase, INCBR. Next, one more is there. On is a keyword. What is the event? The event name is event DCBR. So on event name is equals to call a function. What function? DCBR, call to function. Increase volume, decrease volume. Here increase BR, decrease BR, 2 functions. Copy the function, come to the parent, same thing, increase increase BR, same thing, no code change, code remains same, only the function. Same way, next is decrease BR, copy. Here we go. Decrease program, whatever is there in the volume, same program I'm copying in here. Over, guys. Control S, Control S, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Come to the parent, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Now come and see the output. There will be 4 buttons. Increase brightness, decrease brightness. You click brightness, immediately system will say brightness 1, brightness 2. You click volume, system will say volume 8, volume 9. See? Rupam, I click volume, it's 20. But whenever I click on increase, it's showing 21. 21. Right? Then reset this. Reset this. Set it to null then. If you don't like that the number should continue, then come here. This dot, set it to null. This dot volume equals to 0. Always it will set to 0 then. You can set it. You can set like this. This dot volume equals to 0. Starting. Set it to 0. Like this. Whenever you click, it will start from 0. See? Now, in the output, you see? This is coming from which button you're clicking. If you click brightness, it will show brightness. If you click volume, it will show volume. That is the reason I've given a variable called as control. I said, right, on the screen, CTRL, value, both are, label is also variable, value is also variable. And those variables we have did, waiting for button to press. Which button you'll press? If you press control sound button, then volume will come. If you press the brightness button, then the control will display brightness. Guys, able to understand? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Shall we do one more example? Same declarative event. One more example. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Chalo. I close this. right? I will do one more example. Control Shift P. Create a Lightning Web Component. LWC underscore today's date 0705. No, 05. Shit, I made it opposite, man. Should be date month, right? What is today's date? Right, correct one. 0705, right? Underscore example 2 underscore, right? What is that? 1 underscore LWC, right? EMPLOY, employ underscore capture. You're capturing all small, it's always better. You're capturing employee detail, employee capture. I create a component, right? Let me go ahead. Here we go. Template. LIGHT and ING lightning. Lightning card. Lightning card. Title equals to. Title equals to. EMPLOY employee details, employee details, right? New employee details. Here, I will have some input. LIGHT and ING lightning. IN lightning. INPUT input. Label. ENT enter. Employee name. Enter employee name. On change. On change. Call a function. Right? Ename. Like this, let's assume that there are 3 to 4 data entries there. Enter employee phone. Enter employee, right? Age. Enter employee city. Here, ePhone. Here, eAge. Here, eCity. And finally, I want a button. LIGHT and ING lightning button. Lightning button. Label equals to submit. Right? On click. Call a function. Submit. The function is called submit. Variant. Variant is equals to, I will say brand. The blue button will come. Right? Now let us write the functions. It's time for us to write the function. Ename. What are the, how many functions are there? I have to capture 4 variables, so 4 functions. Event. Like this, 4 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go ahead. ePhone. On change, call that. Next, on whenever you enter a data on age, immediately one function will be called EH. Whenever you enter a city, immediately a function will be called city. Whenever you click the button, right, immediately a function will be called submit. You have 4 data, so I need a 4 variable. Name, PHN, phone, AG, age, CTY, city. 4 variables. 4 variables. Now, this dot name, this dot name is equals to event dot target dot value. Event dot target. Target spelling is wrong. target dot value. event.target.value. This I have to do in all the four. Second one, third one, and the fourth one. Second one is a phone. So this dot phn equals to event. Third one, age. So this dot ag. Fourth one, city. This dot city. Or you captured the value and you stored in this variable. Now it is a time for you to create event, dispatch event. Now it is a time for you to create event and dispatch event. Create event and dispatch event. Right? I will do in only in one step. Single step I will do. And this time not single data, multiple data. Earlier we have been sending only simple and single data. We have been sending simple and single data, right? Like brightness, like volume, only one. Now I will show you, right? This example, event, right? Create step one plus STP step two, which is nothing but create event plus dispatch event with multipl multiple attribute. Earlier in the earlier example, I showed you only single attribute. Here we go in the one. Here we go. I'm just passing only one volume. I was just passing one volume. That's it. Only one attribute in the details. Now this time I'll pass multiple attributes. Close it. So how to pass? As simple as that. This dot dispatch event. This dot dispatch event equals to new custom event function. CUSTUM, new custom event. New custom event. In this, the name of the event. Name of the event. Name of the event. I will say name of the event equals to, right, EVT EMP DET, event employee details. In this event, you have to pass attribute, not one, multiple, colon. Now you will say detail. You will say detail, colon. If it's a single value, I've directly given here, but now it's a multiple value. So again, a curly bracket. First name, anything, FN, colon. What is the first name? First name is on this dot name. I declared a variable called first name, FN, comma, or EN, employee name, anything, EN. Next, EPH, ePhone. Why am I writing here? Employee, EN, employee name. Next, EPH, semicolon. Key is EPH, value equals to this dot PHN, because here you're storing the value. Comma, third, EAG, colon, this dot AG. Fourth value, ECT, colon. What is it's this dot CTY. In this, you're capturing the value. See, multiple values are given like this. What is EN? A declared variable. What is EPH? A declared variable. You can declare anything. So whenever a button is clicked, submit event, immediately an event will be created, an event will be dispatched, and the name of the event is EVT EMP DET. Along with that, multiple data will be passed, not one. EN will be passed, EPH will be passed, EAG will be passed, ECT will be passed. This is the data. This is how you go ahead and you dispatch a event with a multiple variable. Now Control Shift, create a lightning component, LWC underscore today's date 0705 underscore example 2 underscore 2. It's a parent underscore, right? LWC EMPLO employ, right? Underscore, right? Underscore, I will say display. By the way, I did a mistake. Anyhow, right, let's see. Here I will display. Next component I've created to display. Here we go. Employee display 2, right? Never use caps, guys. I made a mistake now. I'm going to suffer a lot with this now. Okay, let's see. If you suffer, we'll change it. Yeah, I'm in 2. LIG, LIGHT, and ING. Lightning card. Looks like that I'll have a bad time now. My bad days have started because of a 1 caps. So let us see. Lightning. Title equals to EMPLOY employ details details, right? I want first to put that, and you have to enter the data. Enter data is done in component 1. Here it is done. So in this it is done. So I can right click, I will rename it, I copy it, I paste it here. C dash, here we go. So now I will say paragraph tag. Then I will give a bold tag, right? I will say EMPLO employ details captured. Then I will have paragraph tag again. Here I will display whatever the employee details he captured. EMPLOY employee name, a variable, right? A variable. EMP name. Like this, I will display employee phone, employee age, employee CITY city. I will say employee THONE, a variable, employee AG, employee CITY. These are the variables. First, let us copy the variables. Control C, right? So I'm into, let me come here, right? First, declare the variables that you declared. First variable, next, second variable, next, third variable, next, fourth variable. These are the variables I declared, right? After each variable, I want a gap, paragraph tag. After that, paragraph tag, paragraph, 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 paragraph. I want this to be in a bold tag, employee name, Control X, employee name bold. I want this to be in a bold tag, all the labels to be bold, employee phone, Control X, I put inside the bold tag. Here also I want a bold tag, employee age, the label will come bold in black color, Control X, bold tag. bold, B tag. There we go. Control X, bold. Control S on the button. Here, on the event name. What was the event name? The event name was EVT, EVT, EMPDT. That is the event name. Equals to, you have to call a function. BTN CLCK. Function name is button click. You just click the button. We will realize. Control C, Control S. Now I come here. I write a function. I write a function. Button click. Event. Here. Here. What is to happen? I need to read the data that has been there in the event. How to read the data? This dot emp name is equals to event dot detail dot. There are multiple values you have passed. En, in the En name is there. I will say En. Like this. Control C 4 times I will do. Control V, Control V, Control V. This dot employ phone. This dot employ age. This dot employ city. Now, phone. Where is the phone? Phone is in EPH. A variable called EPH is EPH. Next. Where is the age? Age was stored in EAG. In the details, EAG. Next. City was stored in ECT. ECT. Control S. Control S. Don't worry, I'll in a trouble. I believe that I should be in a trouble. It might not work. Perfect. Over. Now I go ahead and I say Control Shift P, deploy this as source org. We created an event. We dispatched an event with a multiple attributes. Now I come here. Control Shift P, deploy this source org. What happened? It failed to run. Why? I know that. I told you, I'll be in a trouble because of this E. Oh man. Because of this E, I'm in a trouble. Never use caps on your name. Whenever you're using a caps on your name, right, E will become underscore E. Like this it will become. Like this it will become. LWC caps will become small underscore. Control S, let's see. Control Shift P, deploy source component. Let's see. Still I have a problem. Still I have a problem. I know that no module with a markup language. Underscore E or LWC E underscore. Let us see. LWC E underscore. Control S. Control Shift P, deploy source org. No. Let's do one thing. Employ. Here also I'll make in the one small e. Rename. Right click. Rename. Small e. Press enter. All these I have to rename now. One. In that one, all these have to rename. right click, rename, Smalley. I know that this, I should have thought this, Smalley. Always remember that the child component name should not contain any caps. There's a E1 capital is there, and that's now it's creating a problem. Right click, rename. I'm changing E to small e. Enter. Perfect. Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Let me see all small e, Control S, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. See, now all the problems started. All the problems started. You're renaming here, but at the back end where this folder is created, there it is not getting renamed. See the problems we are facing now. Where this has been stored? It has been stored in your folder, OF LT124 folder we created. On that it is stored. Under that we created an LWC project. Here we go. Inside that you have this folder. Inside that you have force app. Inside the force app you have main. Inside the main you have default. Inside the default you have LWC. Where is LWC? Here it is. Inside that our project folder name is there. What was that today's date? Here it is. Employee capture, employee display. Employee capture became small, right? Employee capture has become small. Everything became small, but already in the Salesforce, we have pushed with the caps. Now we are not able to overwrite that because earlier we pushed it with the caps. Now I'm trying to overwrite and system is not willing me to overwrite. See, what is the error? Let's see. No module named capture markup found. Control Shift P. Once again, let me try. Okay, let me put the E caps. Control S. See, small capital is now creating so many issues. See, now what is the solution, Rupam? Right, very well. Even I don't know what is the solution. In fact, there is no solution.
Sir,
Better that. Yes,
yeah, within the class, it is not changing, sir. E capital was, sir.
I
Within
know
the
that.
JS,
In the JS, even I'm changing to small e also manually. Right, even if I change to small e manually, it doesn't change. Say I changed it, or I said manually I changed, but still it will give an error. So
okay.
that's the problem. So there is no solution for it as of now. The
Okay.
only solution is that I have to create a new component. Control Shift P, create a new Lightning Web component, LWC underscore 0705 underscore EG2 underscore 1111 underscore LWC employ underscore CAPTURE. No caps, nothing. I press enter. I'm creating a new component again. Now I will copy this. Full of confusion. I go to my old component. Where is that? Right. This is example 211, example 2.1, this one. I go to the one and I copy this, Control C. I come to the 11 and I paste it, Control S. I go to the one and I copy this whole, Control C. I come to the 11. Inside this, I'll paste it, Control S. I right click on the 11. I click on rename. I copy the name. I go to my, not the 1, the 2. I go to the 2. There, right? I go to the control, and in this place, right? Let me put it C dash. Perfect. On this, I'll call it on. Everything is safe. And then I'll remove this line. Delete. Control S. I have to deploy 11. Control Shift P. Deploy to the source source. 11 will be deployed. 11 is deployed. Now I go to the 2. Now I will deploy the 2. Control Shift P. 2. I'm in the 2. Yes. In the 2, I'm calling 11. Yes. Control Shift P. Deploy. Deploy. It'll go through. Don't worry. Absolutely, it'll go through now. See? It was just that capital E was creating the problem. Now I right click on the here, right? Rename. I copy the name of the 2. I come to my developer console, resume. I paste it here. I say Control S on the keyboard. I click on preview. Now you see. You enter the name here, right? Employee details captured. Name. Name Rupam. CHAKRABORTY. Phone number 1111. Age 37. So not 27, 37. Employee city HYDRABAD. I click submit. Immediately the data comes here. See, you entered the data in the child, but you are able to retrieve the data in the parent. You capture the data in the child, but with the button is also in the child. But as soon as you click the child button, parent is reacting. You are able to display the data in the parent. Understood, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, everyone? Perfect. See, this is called LWC event declaratively. We just did declaratively. There's a one more event is there, programmatically, which we'll see tomorrow. This is how you handle lightning events, lightning web component events. They are DOM events, right? These events are HTML events. That's the reason create custom event, dispatch event. These are all HTML events. We don't use any Salesforce events. Salesforce event has component event application. Here there is no concept of component, no concept of application. Got it, guys? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? So tomorrow, 7:30, we will start programmatically, right? Event programmatical. Today we have seen event, right? Event declaratives. Declarative event we have seen. Tomorrow, programmatical event we will see. That's it for today, guys. We'll stop here, right? Please review these videos, perform, do it, right? So
Okay.
please go ahead and review this, okay? So thank you, guys. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.